I'm traveling 3,000 miles across the country to build a $300,000 lawn care business in just 30 days. This Augusta lawn care location needs to be making $1,500 per day before I can hand it off to a general manager and go back home. I'm starting with no employees, no equipment, and no customers to prove that systems build great businesses. I just finished my morning run, but today is day 17. And the game plan today is I have a whole bunch of meetings I've got to get caught up on. So I'm gonna be doing those. Terrence is gonna go out and do the mowing out himself, completely independently. And then we're gonna try to wrap up a mulch and a property cleanup this afternoon because something crazy is happening tomorrow and we had to clear the schedule. All right, I'm pretty excited because the project from last week that was really big, almost $5,000, or actually now it's gonna be a little over $5,000. Cool, they said you kind of had a little bit of a project going on.
Yeah, I got your flyer.
Sweet. Because I'm adding a work change order that the client wanted, and so they actually wanted to add a little bit more in there in terms of planting. So all of that got just submitted into Command Center. They're gonna go ahead and sell the job. I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna really help us fill up next week's schedule, basically completely.
I think this one is like the first mow where everything went bad and like the tire.
Oh, the tire, yeah. Oh, because it's just that backyard?
Yeah, I think that's this one.
That's probably it. I've never been here.
The dog's a biter. Good luck, Mike.
It doesn't need to be done. This hurts.
Okay. So you don't want us to do it today?
It doesn't look like it needs it.
First successful job.
right. Yeah, so I guess you don't want it done. It actually do needs it. So I'll have to talk to Mike and see what he thinks about handling properties like that. I think it's something that you should, we got you on a bi-weekly basis. We should definitely knock it out, because then in a week from now, should be talking about it needs to be cut again. So property notes, this is the visit notes that were like saved for me, but visit notes for today. So I just added customer said the yard did not need to be cut for today.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and have them still create a quote for you and send it over to your email so you have it on file.
Okay.
But then we'll just plan next week. They'll also give you a date at which they're gonna be here.
Okay, so now you're saying initially it's like $99?
That's our kind of our minimum charge.
So does that mean if you come out and you have to do other things, that's going to be more than that?
If you added other stuff, correct, yeah.
That, like I said, that stays over there.
Yeah, it'll be the same exact price every time.
Okay.
No surprises.
All right, very good. Okay,
So-
well, I'll look forward to the quote.
Awesome.
I'll respond.
Awesome, thanks John. I appreciate it. You have a great day.
Have a good day. You just,
I'll just take a quick video for them so the crew knows exactly what you're looking for.
thank you.
All right, thanks, brother. All right, so we closed another deal, just a really small one. I do have to have some sort of minimum charge because that job, for example, would take 15 to 20 minutes each time we come and just trim those 3 bushes. There's really just these 3 bushes that we trim. He'll call us like every 6 months to get them done. He just wants them shaped. Really doesn't need them cut back much, just trim off the new growth. However, you do have overhead like Command Center and just overall operations where you've got to have some sort of minimum charge, especially if you're only coming every 4 to 6 months. Like he's just gonna call us and be like, yeah, I want them trimmed again. And it will literally take us 15 minutes. But I told him like, look, the minimum charge is $99. That's what we charge you, and you can just call us whenever you want and get those 3 bushes done. So not a big job, but we got it on the schedule, and honestly, it's recurring revenue. A couple $100 more in the bank. Last week when we were looking for a general manager, you probably heard Chuck talk about how the 2 traits he sees in a great GM is time management and the ability to really grind, push forward, and sell more work.
When I had the lawn service, I was watching and like picking up on, because Mike was the only person that did back office. That's what he said. Like, so he's crunching the numbers, how to how to optimize the business. That like that's his thing. Like, you know, he's running the numbers, which is something that I never had. You know, like I knew, you know how to cut grass, but it's like, how do you run the actual business? How do you make the most of the business?
Now, I have 7 locations that I personally own in Augusta Lawn Care, 5 in North Carolina, 2 in Washington State. And I can say, without a shadow of doubt, 110% unequivocally, the financial performance of a location and the growth of that location depends on the general manager, the person that everything stops with them, hiring, firing, sales, and the overall performance. Really just 100%. If they're great, the performance of that location will do well. It doesn't matter if it's a new location and they're trying to grow, or if it's an established location and they really need to manage people well. It simply comes down to the general manager.
You know, he talks about P for P, you know, how to get the employees to do better. So those were the things that I picked up from him when I had them. Like, he really, really helped. Like, I would have never, like when I had the lawn service, I was able to pull myself out of the business and just run the business.
Now, I've consistently said, to grow a lawn care business or landscaping business to $500,000 in annual revenue, you need to be able to do one thing well, and that is sell. Grind, pound pavement, do door hangers, talk to customers, sell in person, all those things. In order to grow past $500,000, you need to be a great leader. That is finding, attracting, and hiring great people, and then them wanting to stick around, and you're willing and able to push them when the times are tough and get the most you possibly can from them, while also making sure that they get to the next stage of their career.
She said it's a perfect level because she likes the clover for the bees. And she said she's okay with everything with it like it because she doesn't put any chemicals because of the deer, squirrels, and all of this stuff like that. So she's super happy, excited to see us back in 2 weeks. So hopefully Mike's not mad about the $55.
All right, so this property I'm showing you on screen right now is actually a customer we just got on the schedule and booked. But there's quite the story behind it because yesterday, Jonathan put the door hanger out on the person's property. They emailed Command Center with their information like they're supposed to from the back of the door hanger. However, they didn't actually send the picture. They just sent us information. And they said, well, we are willing to pay $55 for a bi-weekly cut. Well, typically, our minimum in this market is $39 for weekly or $59 for bi-weekly. So right off the bat, I basically knew they were kind of trying to play the game. And I could tell by the wording, they were like, that's what we are willing to pay.
But I could understand because he understood that it took an hour to mow this yard. He understood that. So like we got it at 56 minutes. He understood that it took an hour to mow the yard. So that's 7. With the budgeted hours, the way that he calculates it, he understands. Yeah, I get why he said that this would normally be a $70 yard. And you know, maybe after, you know, like we say next year, spring rush, definitely something. Hey, you're gonna have to come up to 70.
Yeah.
The number one reason why I chose Terrence to be the general manager of this location was because when I offered the position to be hired here, it was for a short 3-week stint to just do door hangers. Most people don't want that job. Door hangers are not fun. No one wakes up in the morning wanting to knock on doors and talk to strangers about lawn care and landscaping services. And so the fact that he was willing and able to do that grunt work and able and willing to do selling gives me very much confidence he'll be able to grow this business past $500,000 in annual revenue over the next couple years. Also, I really enjoy working with people who are super decisive, know what they want out of life, and make decisions quickly. And so the fact that once he got the job offer, within 24 hours he had already flown here and was making arrangements to move his family said a lot to me.
This is the longest time I've ever spent away from the kids.
Really?
Yeah.
At this point, it's just been like 2 weeks.
This is, yeah.
Wow.
I'm, you know, our kids are my life, man, you know, so.
Well, we got property cleanup, we got a mulch install from the door hanger. Don't know what it is exactly. Looks like a pretty.
Terrence looks excited.
It's just you cross your fingers, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
So like the cleanup I think is $250 and then the mulch is the $3.99.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, hey, let's get 5
Yeah.
yards
Yeah.
and then.
Oh, so we don't even know how much mulch we need?
Well, so when we do the $3.99, typically
Yeah.
we just assume 5 yards,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what I was thinking is I would go to the dump now,
Okay.
and then if you get there like, hey, I only need 3 yards, just let me know.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I'll pick it up
Okay,
at
okay.
the dump.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, this is exciting. Like, you're just walking up to the dog. It's scheduled for the day.
I know. We moved it from yesterday to today, just hoping that we get done by tonight.
We can't dump there. We can't dump lawn debris or anything like that. We can dump trees, big limbs, and rock and stuff like that. So no, she told me fox.
Even the fat foxhole.
Okay, well I was looking at that. I went to Linear. I thought that was both 2-in-1.
I forgot to send you the new address from our competitor guy that told us to go somewhere. It's not my bad, my bad.
Yeah.
But
I went there this morning. They told me no, I couldn't dump
okay.
because it would have been already gone by now. I went because that's what I told you I was going to do the dump. Yeah, I couldn't dump.
And you went to the Lanier place.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't think they take anything there.
No, she told me Foxhole.
Foxhole, yeah.
And then it was like 20 minutes away, and I was like, we're not wasting it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll just go get the mulch then, because we got all the stuff in there. So just let me know what you need in terms of mulch once you get to the property, and I'll pick it up.
Okay.
All right, so it's 3:30. I'm headed to a job, and we're just about to start. We will start like at 4 p.m., so it's gonna be a late night. But we gotta get this job done today because tomorrow we can't do any work. And in tomorrow's vlog, you'll see why we can't do any work, and it's crazy. All right, we started on the mulch. We got all the debris out of the flower beds and these leaf piles. I'm gonna start bagging that up, and Terrence has started installing the mulch back here. We've been here about an hour and a half so far, so far on schedule. This is big chips of mulch, big stuff. But that's what they had before, and so basically just kind of rolling with their current workflow. All right, so wrap up. I got a 7 o'clock meeting I gotta get to, but a whole bunch of debris, and we are gonna be hauling off to the dump. We got all the mulch installed. It's like big chunks, nuggets, it's called. We don't usually have these back home where I'm from, these big nuggets, but that's what they had before, so it's looking pretty good. All back in here, installed the mulch, trimmed up all the bushes nice and tight, and they asked for an estimate for the big trees on the other side of the property and the backyard, like another at least 8 or 10 yards of mulch going in the backyard, so that'll be good as well. Some people might be wondering kind of my thought process when I'm out in the field sweating and working away doing what would otherwise be an $80 an hour task for an employee to do. And I have not been in the field for years. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not like I, enjoy pulling weeds, trimming bushes, and installing mulch to the utmost degree. My allergies are kind of kicking up today. It's not fun or exciting, but the thing is, if you're starting a lawn care business and you're kind of in this journey that I'm taking here over the past month and you're getting it off the ground, it's likely that you're new and you came from the restaurant industry, or you're a teacher, or you're a police officer, or you were doing some other thing, and there's gonna be days where the work isn't fun. It isn't exciting. You don't wake up inspired to mow grass in the rain. That's not something that most people in their right mind want to do every single day and wake up enthralled and inspired and making their heart sing. There's gonna be times you doubt yourself, question yourself, wonder whether or not this was actually the right industry, whether or not you should really have gotten into business. You're gonna doubt whether or not you're really a small business owner, whether or not you have the skills or the ability of the industry experience. You're gonna have all of those doubts. And they're typically going to come when you're physically exhausted and tired on a project, or like in yesterday's video, you saw a customer getting unhappy and just like a gut punch in the stomach. I still felt that when I was talking to Linda and she was berating us and saying all these things that I had literally warned her about when she asked to take up the tree and trim it way back back. I told her it's going to look bare, but still, it's still, to this day, after seeing it hundreds, if not thousands of times across 130 plus locations of Augusta, still letting down a customer's a punch in the gut. And you just question whether or not you should even be in the service industry. That's a normal feeling and emotion. And if you're just getting started, it's normal.
She has no idea that I'm coming. The only person that, even her, so I haven't told nobody but my sister who's actually picking me up from the airport. She's the only person that knows that I'm coming. And my wife doesn't get out the hospital until tomorrow. So I'm trying to see how I'm gonna play it. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight to the hospital because I want to hold the baby so bad.
Yeah, I bet, man. I bet.
So, or just like wait until the morning and then go and pick her up from the hospital and take her home. And then I don't know how I would do. Yeah, I got everything. Yeah. Oh, my cookie. Let's go.
Shout out to Augusta Lawn Care.
Let's go. Alright.
Alright,
Catch you later, bro.
appreciate it.
Catch you later, dog. Yeah, we'll see ya.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. What time is it?
Midnight.